Hey, we are live here on the Facebook. Hey, Ed Diaz here, just stopping into the group to say, how's it going? Um, just stopping in because I have some videos that I'm going to be shooting soon, editing soon, posting soon, and so it's the point of the day. I just needed to take a break, and I felt like sharing with you this group some pretty cool stuff that probably we need to talk about as far as just being keyboard guys and keyboard gals in general. Oops, let me move this cable. So I wanted you guys and gals to kind of see, talk about this. Okay, so we're always talking about FAs and keyboards and how to hook this up. And it's pretty cool to see a lot of you guys and gals out there gigging. I love to see you gigging. I don't gig as much as I would like, but I did have a gig the other day that was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to share with you um, my thoughts on how your rig should be set up. And I'm not telling you what sounds or even what particular keyboards. If you use Roland, wonderful. If you use other Roland, wonderful. But one thing I want to talk to you about is how you set up your keyboards as far as going out to the house system. Okay. So for many years, a lot of us keyboard players get kind of screwed in the mix as far as you know, how everything is set up. Okay. And I see some great guys and gals on here. I see Max on here. Of course, my guy James and Fernando and all these other great people on here that I know there's some gigging guys. Hello, Peru. Hello, Hans. So um, what I want to talk about is how we hook up for the live gig. So I was very fortunate. A couple weeks ago, I called up a local band leader here in the town that I live in. I said, "Hey, man, I want to play a gig with you guys. You don't even have to pay me. I just want to go and have some fun. You know, it's nice to have some fun." And I'm at that point in my career where I can just call and say, "Hey, I just want to play." So he let me play, and I was having a great time. I brought a rig, and my rig was what did I use? A V-Synth GT on top. I used a VK8 in the middle for the organ, and I used a Phantom X7 on the bottom. Just kind of like, just kind of nice, throwing them up. Hey, what's up, Gene? And so, but here's what I want to talk about. I had those three keyboards for synth, organ, and for workstation for all those sounds, and that was great. The band sounded great. It was a good time. But a lot of times, us keyboard guys get kind of screwed when it comes to uh, our setup. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that today. So here, check this out. So let's say here, I'll show you this. All right, I have my iPad here, and iPad can be a really great tool for your setup. And I'm going to be doing this probably on my YouTube channel on Ed Diaz Keys soon, but I wanted to kind of share this with you while it's fresh in my mind and get that going for you guys. So a lot of times when we're playing a gig, and then it's all good. At the gig, there's usually, some big speakers. We got our big live sound speakers, right? Great. Okay, that's wonderful. And the front of the house has their mixer. Look at a little bit of artwork, and their mixer is going to these. Now, the also what happens is that you have your drum guy right here. Okay, you have your bass guy over here. Okay. You have your guitar guy, cool. And these guys have their amps. They got big old amps behind them too. And there's usually a snake, okay? So the snake, everybody plugs in to the snake. There's mics for that guy. Cool. And then from that snake goes to the front of the house, and then it goes into here. All right, now here's where keyboard guys get screwed. So we have our keyboard guy. Great. He has his keys there. Great. But the sound guy says, "Hey, keyboard guy, can you go ahead and just take your amp and you play on your own? I'm not going to run you into the snake, and you have to go ahead and try and fight the main speakers and also the bass cab and the guitar cab, which is usually way too loud. And if you have two guitar guys, they're even louder than that." So I want to kind of help you guys and help each other and help other keyboard guys. We don't need to do this. What we do by running our speakers but not going into the mains is, one, we cannot compete with a live sound system. No matter if you have QSE, Roland, whatever, we cannot compete with that. Okay. Two, you're going to always sound like crap because you're going to turn up your speakers really loud and it's going to break up and it's not going to sound good. All right. So, and then worse than that, we are going to blow out our ears, and your ears don't get any better. Once you hurt those things, it is funny. Look at Fernando. He's like, no way. I use two channels. Good for you, Fernando. But a lot of you cats don't, and you fall into this trap. My own father included, and now he can't hear. So here's what I want to make sure all of us understand, my keyboard brothers and sisters. All right, let's take a mixer here, okay? And I just pulled up this one, and it's it's all good. On our mixers, just make sure you understand, we have a main out, okay? Let's say your keyboards, let's put our keyboards, and I love it that Fernando kind of said that. That's great. Make sure your keyboards are using these channels, which are the stereo channels. So right here, right here, right here, and right here. So you can have four keyboards, and then if you have other even more than four, which that's a lot, you might need a bigger mixer, but you can have them, you know, left, right, if you want to do that way. Okay, so first off, plug your keyboards into here, into these stereo channels, because look, left, right, and keyboards are a stereo instrument. So just kind of do that right there. That's first off. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Depending on your sound guy, and there's a lot of sound guys out there, but not all of them are the greatest. Let's be honest, okay? So we have to do it, take it upon ourselves to run our sound, okay? And I'm not complaining, because actually this gig that I played, everybody was real cool, but it just reminded me of this topic, and I've been meaning to do this topic for so long on my YouTube channel, the Ed Diaz Keys channel, but I wanted to do it here today, okay? Okay, so check it out. So after you have your keyboards in here and you set your levels, and you got a nice green level of the keyboards, okay, you've adjusted the gain for the keyboards. And then where do you guys set your keyboards at? I usually set mine at 75, 75%, sometimes 100, and so that way I run everything at unity gain. I put all these faders up to unity gain, and then I put my keyboards at 100% usually, and then I'll adjust my gain so that way I get a nice level here. I try and make them a nice level. And this is before I turn up any of this stuff. Don't turn up the main and the monitor yet. We have to get set the faders to unity gain, and then put our keyboards at a 10, and then adjust the gain that way. That way, we're making sure the keyboards are sending a bunch of a signal out to the mixer, to the channels, and we can get the biggest sound that we can get, the fullest, I should say fullest. Okay, put that in there, okay? So once I have that and all my levels are right around here, a nice zero is just, you see a lot of green per each keyboard. So they're kind of pre-mixed. I go into here, so get out of there, and check it out, I have notated right in here, I have a main and a monitor, okay? So what I do is I'll go ahead and I'll go main outs. That's going to go to the house mixer. Probably like Fernando. Fernando, let me know. Is that how you do it? I'll go ahead and have a main out, let's say, to the house. Okay. So that way the house can have his own mix, because he's probably not going to put me in monitors, or he'll barely put me in the mix. So I'll be jamming, but no one will hear me. Okay. So, because a lot of times in the house guys, if you can hear the keyboard player, sometimes, they're like, well, they're too loud. They're too loud. So it's just a curse of a keyboard player. So what I do is I'll send him a signal, a main out, so he can put it in the house mixer, and then I'll send myself the monitor or control room out, and that will go to my keyboard mixer. Okay, so I have two separate outputs, one going to the house mixer, and probably through a snake, like Fernando was saying. Yeah, cool, Fernando, I'm right. Cool. So, and then I'll go out of the monitor send from my monitor, from my mixer, so into my speaker. Okay, you guys see where I'm going? And that way, when you come down here, you know, I'll go ahead and put the main, I'll set it at unity gain, okay, and then I'll let the sound guy, they'll adjust the level according to my monitor, my unity gain here set in the mains. And I don't touch this. Once this is set, the main, it is set, that's controlled by the house guy. That's controlled by the house guy. And then monitor set, that's for me. Now, when they're taking your levels on the house, make turn this monitor all the way down, okay? Because if they can hear you, they're going to hear your speaker. It's going to influence them, and you're not going to get probably a fair mix or a correct mix. So uh, do that. Do that. So when they're doing your sound check, first off, plug in your keyboards into the stereo stuff. Put your keyboards at 10, put it on unity gain, and then adjust your gain right in here. Adjust your gain and try and get, around 0 with each keyboard. So that way, every time you play the keyboards, because different keyboards have different loudnesses, and you could go in there beforehand, way before the gig, and adjust all that stuff. But just make sure you do that kind of stuff. Okay, so get in there, and then make sure you send a signal to the house mixer via the snake, or just directly into their house mixer, and then send yourself via the control room out or the monitor send. And this particular cable might be the, oh my god, the one with the two lines. Help me out, guys. I can't remember the balance cable, not just a regular 1/4 inch mono, but it could be the 1/4 inch balance. And so you make sure you do that for you. Okay, and then once they are taking the volumes, make sure your monitor's turned all the way down. Put the main volume at unity. Let the house guy get his mix with the band with you, and then turn up this monitor to where you're comfortable. So that way you don't have to fight and have your amp try and compete with a complete sound system, okay? Because you will lose. Whoops, you will lose. And that's one thing I want to say. So set your own system. You have your own monitors, all that stuff. Already set one monitor, dual monitor. I was using one that night. It was perfect. And then out of that main out goes into the snake, into the main house, and you will have a much more pleasant playing experience. You'll sound better. If you're too loud, they can turn it down in the front of the house, but your comfortable monitor level is always comfortable for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Thank you, Bubby. TRS. Okay, tip ring sleeve. Look it up, boys. Okay, so I'll have the tip ring sleeve once again and out of here. It's regular 1/4 inch, but it has the two lines, tip ring sleeve, and then that goes into two 1/4 inch mono. So it's like it'll look, what do we call it? Call it like a S cable, so it'll be like that, and then it'll go into two other cables there. So, and then it'll have the line, and each one of those will have the mono kind of line. Let me see. I could probably find it real quick, but I just wanted to make sure and just kind of talk to you guys about this tip rings TRS cable. This way you can see what I'm talking about. For those of you that are new to this, this is kind of a cool thing. And here's kind of a good. So it'll be the single out of that particular one. It'll be a tip ring sleeve, which is sending the stereo signal. And then let me see. Oh, here's a great example right there. You'll need a cable like this. This is what you'll need, a cable like this. So tip ring sleeves out of that monitor. And then if you're running two speakers, cool. If you're wanting one, you could just use a regular cable, because if you're using just a regular mono cable, it's going to go mono out of that monitor and go right into your speaker. So anyway, that's all I wanted to kind of talk to you guys and gals about. Just kind of say hi. Today I've been kind of working on the studio. I have some cool videos coming up, and this one I'll probably do for real on my Ed Diaz Keys channel, but I wanted to show you this way. All right, just to kind of this way, because this has gotten on my nerves for years, big time on my nerves. And I hate when poor keyboard guys, especially your wives or girlfriend, you'll say, hey, how'd I sound? And it's so frustrating when they say, I didn't hear you at all. Okay, because I know a lot of you guys, because I watch you, and I'm really proud. You guys come up with some great sounds, some great combinations, and then if you're not heard, that really sucks. Okay, so I want you to be heard, and really everybody to hear all the hard work you've been working on, all the sounds and sequences on your keyboards, them to come out on there. But I don't want you to sacrifice your own personal hearing, because we can't get that back. So anyway, I'll leave you with this for now. I decided to put it on this group because you guys are pretty active, and I see a lot of you guys are out there. You guys are gig warriors out there doing your thing. So anyway, Wanted to share this with you. If you have any other comments about this kind of topic or how it relates to FA, that could be cool, or RDs or stuff like this. Because and I'll show this in a video. I probably won't show it on the Roland Product Support channel because I'll be using a mixer. But when I do it on my regular other YouTube channel, Ed Diaz Keys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Subscribe, like, and then put the notification on there. I'll do this in a similar detail, but I'll actually use keyboards. I think I'll use keyboards or actually have it a little bit more structured. But I kind of just want to throw it this way for you so you can see. All right. Well, I will let you go. Thanks for joining real quick. I just wanted to say hi and just check on you. Hey, Bill, and just see how all of you guys are doing. What is this? What does Scott Barry say? Ha, all keys or no keys. That's right, Scott. That's right. Scott Barry is absolutely right. Either you too much keys or no keys, but it's probably no keys a lot of the times. Okay, so be in charge of your sound and then give it to the house guy. But bottom line, make it so you can hear great and you're not sacrificing your hearing. You guys do too much hard work for that. All right, you guys take care. I will talk to you later. Peace. See you later. Bye.